I was just happy. And we were joking around one day saying, I'm going to post it. I said, no, I'm going to post it. And she was trying to beat me to it. And I was trying to beat her to it. Then when she posted, I was like, guess we just came out. Oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, but I got so much love and so many people saying wonderful things to me, supportive things. Like, I'm talking 98 to 2% negative of the haters and trolls that have to exist and live in misery.
The moment DA Brat stepped into the spotlight, she knew this revelation would change everything. The woman who had always been a beacon of strength, resilience, and unshakable confidence was now on the verge of sharing something deeply personal. For years, DA Brat had kept her private life hidden. But now, with the truth looming large, it was time for the world to see the other side of her relationship with Judy, something darker, more painful, and far more complicated than anyone could have imagined. I've kept this to myself for far too long, DA Brat began, her voice thick with emotion. But it's time to tell the truth about Judy, the things she hid from everyone, including me. This isn't just about love, this is about betrayal, trust, and the darkness I never saw coming. DA Brat's voice trembled slightly as she shared the truth about Judy's hidden past. I thought I knew everything about Judy, DA Brat confessed, shaking her head. But I was wrong. There was a side to her that I never saw. A side that she kept hidden from me, from everyone. Her words were filled with a mixture of sadness and disbelief. She hid so much from me, things that were far darker than I could ever have imagined. DA Brat continued, recounting how the truth came to light and how it left her feeling blindsided. I never expected to find out this way, but when I did, it hit me like a ton of bricks. All those things I had ignored, all those little red flags I brushed off, they were real. And now, I can't ignore the truth anymore. DA Brat's voice wavered as she described the pain of discovering Judy's hidden secrets. What hurt the most wasn't just that she kept these things from me, it was that I had trusted her. I had loved her, and she never trusted me enough to tell me the truth. It was a betrayal I didn't see coming. As DA Brat continued to speak, the magnitude of Judy's hidden past became painfully clear. I found out things about Judy that I never could have imagined, DA Brat shared, her voice steady but filled with emotion. She had lied to me, manipulated me, and concealed parts of her life that should have been shared with me, especially since we were building a future together. DA Brat described how the secrets Judy had kept weren't just personal, they were dangerous, and they had impacted DA Brat in ways she couldn't have predicted. I found out about relationships she had kept hidden, debt she hadn't paid, things she had done that went against everything I believed in. DA Brat's voice quivered as she spoke about the emotional toll of learning the truth. It wasn't just about the past. It was about the fact that I had been living a lie. Judy wasn't the woman I thought she was. She was someone else, someone I didn't even know. The revelation of Judy's dark secrets took an immense emotional toll on DA Brat. I didn't know how to process it, DA Brat confessed, her voice strained with emotion. I kept asking myself, how could I have missed this? How could I have been so blind? The truth came crashing down on me like a wave, and I couldn't breathe. I felt like everything I thought I knew about Judy, and about us, was nothing but a facade. DA Brat's voice broke as she reflected on the pain of betrayal. It wasn't just the secrets. It was the fact that she lied to me. It was the fact that she chose to keep me in the dark while I was there, pouring my heart into our relationship. I trusted her with everything I had, and she took that trust and threw it away. The emotional toll of discovering the truth was overwhelming. I felt lost. I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't know what to believe anymore. DA Brat paused, her eyes filled with unshed tears. The hurt wasn't just about what Judy had done, it was about the realization that I wasn't enough to deserve the truth. I wasn't enough for her to be honest with me. As the fallout from Judy's secrets began to unfold, DA Brat found herself questioning everything. I couldn't look at her the same way anymore, DA Brat shared, the frustration evident in her voice. I didn't know who I was looking at. The woman I thought I loved, the woman I thought I could trust, wasn't the person standing in front of me. And that's what hurt the most. DA Brat reflected on how Judy's actions had affected their relationship. The trust was shattered. It wasn't just about the secrets, it was about the way they changed everything. How do you move forward with someone who has kept something this dark hidden for so long? How do you come back from that? The emotional damage was deep, and DA Brat struggled to find the right words to express her feelings. I wanted to move forward, but I didn't know if I could. It felt like everything between us was broken beyond repair. When DA Brat confronted Judy about the secret she had hidden, the emotional toll of the moment was immediate. Judy's response was a mixture of shock, regret, and defensiveness, a combination that left DA Brat feeling both frustrated and betrayed. At first, Judy couldn't believe it, DA Brat recalled, as she reflected on the moment they had faced. Judy was in complete disbelief, shocked that DA Brat knew the truth, and it was clear that she wasn't ready to face the full consequences of her actions. Judy didn't want to accept that her secrets had been exposed, that the walls she had built around herself were coming down, and that there was no escaping the reality of what had transpired. But as DA Brat stood her ground, making it clear that she wasn't going to let it go, Judy's initial shock began to turn into something else. She started apologizing, DA Brat said, describing how Judy's first reaction to the confrontation shifted from disbelief to an attempt to make amends. At that moment, Judy seemed genuinely remorseful, but the damage that had been done was beyond what any apology could fix. DA Brat shook her head as she thought about the situation. But the apology didn't mean anything anymore. The damage had been done, she said, the weight of her words reflecting the deep hurt she felt. The trust that had been broken and the secrecy that had been kept for so long could not be undone by words alone. Judy had kept DA Brat in the dark for an extended period of time, and now that the truth had finally come to light, it felt too little, too late. Judy's defensive response only added fuel to the fire. Instead of fully owning up to her actions, she tried to explain herself, to justify her behavior. She tried to explain herself, tried to justify her actions. But I wasn't listening, DA Brat explained, the frustration evident in her tone. Judy's excuses seemed hollow in the face of the deep emotional pain DA Brat had endured. DA Brat didn't want to hear explanations or justifications. She wanted the truth, plain and simple. The constant back and forth of justifications left DA Brat feeling more upset, as if Judy was still not fully grasping the extent of her wrongdoing. I didn't want excuses. I wanted the truth, DA Brat emphasized, underscoring her need for honesty and accountability. She had been betrayed, and she wasn't willing to accept anything less than full transparency. DA Brat's anger became palpable as she recounted Judy's attempts to minimize the situation. It was like she didn't even understand the weight of what she had done, DA Brat shared, the hurt and frustration in her voice impossible to ignore. Judy's apologies, while seemingly sincere, didn't land as they should have. Instead of acknowledging the severity of the situation and the damage it had caused to their relationship, Judy seemed focused on trying to explain her actions in a way that didn't align with DA Brat's reality. For DA Brat, this only deepened the sense of betrayal she felt. She just kept apologizing, but it didn't change anything. The damage was irreversible, DA Brat said, her voice steady but filled with the weight of finality. No matter how many times Judy said she was sorry, it couldn't undo the harm that had already been done. The impact of Judy's betrayal wasn't just about the secret she had kept. It was about the emotional cost DA Brat had paid over time, the trust that had been broken, and the years of hurt that had built up. Judy's failure to truly take responsibility for her actions and the continued defensiveness made it impossible for DA Brat to see any way forward. The trust that once held their relationship together had been shattered, and DA Brat found herself questioning whether it was even possible to rebuild what had been broken. Judy's repeated apologies and attempts to explain herself, while perhaps coming from a place of regret, did nothing to ease the pain DA Brat was feeling. The emotional damage had been done. And no matter how much Judy expressed her sorrow, it couldn't change the fact that DA Brat had been kept in the dark for so long. It was the breaking of a bond that couldn't be repaired with words alone. And as DA Brat realized that Judy's actions had gone too far, she understood that this was no longer a situation where apologies would suffice. The damage was irreversible, and DA Brat knew that she had to make difficult decisions moving forward, ones that would allow her to heal and regain her sense of self-worth. The public's reaction to the revelation of Judy's dark secrets was swift and divided. Fans took to social media, expressing their shock and support for DA Brat. DA Brat deserves so much better, one fan tweeted. I can't believe Judy hid all of this from her. Another fan wrote, DA Brat has been through so much, and now she has to deal with this? It's heartbreaking. Some fans defended Judy, saying they understood that everyone has a past. We all make mistakes, but it's how we deal with them that matters, one fan commented. Celebrities also voiced their support for DA Brat. I can't believe what DA Brat is going through. She deserves someone who's honest and real with her, one celebrity shared. The response from fans and celebrities alike was overwhelmingly in DA Brat's favor, with many expressing admiration for her strength and resilience in the face of such betrayal. Despite the heartbreak and the emotional toll, DA Brat is determined to move forward. "This situation doesn't define me," DA Brat said with a renewed sense of strength. "I've been through so much in my life, and this is just another challenge that I will overcome." She reflects on the lessons she's learned from the experience. "I've learned that I can't put my trust in someone who isn't willing to be honest with me. I've learned that I need to put myself first and not allow anyone's darkness to overshadow my light." DA Brat is focused on reclaiming her life, her career, and her happiness. "I'm not going to let this break me. I'm stronger than I've ever been, and I know I'll come out of this stronger than ever before." DA Brat's resilience is clear as she continues on her journey of self-discovery and healing. "The road ahead isn't easy, but I'm ready to walk it. I'm ready to move forward with or without Judy. This is my life, and I'm taking control." If DA Brat's emotional journey resonated with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about DA Brat's courage in exposing the truth? We'd love to hear from you.